Whew. I rushed in this morning. Hi, I'm GAR from the Bronx. I'm GAR from the BX. How do they say it? It's hood speak. Hood speak, chutzpah, hood speak. It's a combination. BX means the Bronx. You can take GAR out of the Bronx, but you can't take the BX out of GAR. GAR from the BX. Welcome to the Hour of Power and GAR's a cappella at the midnight hour. Let's start out with our mantra, our daily mantra, which is praise. First one is praise and inspire. Praise and inspire. Inspire your children. Inspire all of those around you, friends and foes alike. And most importantly, inspire yourself. Number 2, praise and forgive. I love this one. That's my favorite. Forgive that person that wronged you long time ago, and for whom you hold a grudge. They didn't wrong you. Sure, they swayed from the path and they did you wrong. We all know that, but I'm sorry. For whatever reason in the world, and only God knows why we do the things we do, you allowed that person to screw you over. You and you alone are the master. You're the master, you're the creator of your own destiny. Take responsibility. Take responsibility for all of your actions, good or not so good. You know, my mom, may she rest in peace, she used to say, you know, GAR, you made your bed and you lie in it. Stop blaming others. Stop being the victim. And start being you, the champion. The champion that you were created to be. I want you all to be happy. That's why I'm doing this. There is no financial gain for me here. This is purely from the heart, from my spiritual heart, from my true heart. This is a 501c3. It's in the process of being handled and finalized. It's called, the organization is called SaveALifeAday.org. Or SALAD. S for save, A for A, L for life, A for A, D for day. Salad. Like Shakespeare said, the salad of my day. Oh, I yearn for the salad of my day. So there's 2 parts to our movement or organization. Salad means youth, and I believe strongly that I embody that. I think I'm probably about 20 years old. Actually, my personal trainer says sometimes I'm 15 years old. Because I get carried away when I work out. So the thing is that I'm way young. I'm 20 years younger than my numeric age, my chronological age. My biological age and my emotional age is probably that of a 25 or 30 year old. My physical prowess, my physical abilities is easy, somewhere around 20. I'll challenge anybody. With all due humbleness and humility, I will challenge anybody to come to my workout at 6 a.m. and go on the rings with me and do the shoulder press and the lunges and the agility training and mobility and stability and balance and yoga. It's great fun. And I invite anybody who's in the Los Angeles area to come out. I have a great trainer. He's George. I call him George the Fixolator because he seems to fix everything about me. And then we work hand in hand. I work on his development. He's a younger guy. Well, we're about the same age. He's 27. So, we're having this promotion. I'll say it real quick. I'll say it every day. It's a $10,000 promotion, and it starts actually on July 1st. I think it starts in about 5 days. I'm excited. And all you have to do is you have to do 3 things. You have to have the right attitude, you have to have the right speak, and that's what we do at the end of every day. Right attitude, right thoughts, right speak, right talk, speak respectfully to everyone around you, friends, enemies, children, parents, cousins, aunts and uncles. Speak respectfully. And the final one is be inspirational, be inspired. Because if you're feeling inspired, then you'll inspire others. If you're inspiring others, then you will find yourself inspired. And it's an incredible. Some people talk about the vicious cycle. Well, I call this the beauty cycle, the heart cycle. You give out good, you receive good in return. You give out not so good, you get not so good in return. You know what? This movement's all about good. It's about heart. It's about compassion. It's about honesty. About humbleness, humility. And it's also about being tough. Tough as nails. Don't let anybody walk all over you. You could be good and tough. You don't have to be mean and tough. That's what a lot of us think. I'm kind of a tough guy. I'm very, very heartfelt. Do I have thick skin? Yeah, you have to have toughness, competitiveness, and thick skin. So they go hand in hand with being humble, compassionate, truthful, honest, caring, and sharing. They all go hand in hand. There's nothing mutually exclusive here. It's one. Rock solid. Lock solid. Okay, I did a little study here this morning. Let me take out my paper clip. Get a little ring. Okay, it's called the 10 Commandments. You ever hear that? Yeah. Our entire civilization, our entire culture is predicated on the 10 Commandments. By the way, today is going to be broken out into probably about 3 parts because my director and my editor have said to me, and my producer have said, Gar, you can only go 15 minutes each time because we have to upload this stuff. So I will stop at 15. I'll go to the next session. We'll probably have maybe 2 sessions today because I have a lot to cover. Good stuff. 10 Commandments. Abrahamic religion. Abrahamic religion was started by a man named Abraham way back about 5,776 years ago. 5776 is the year in the Hebrew, the religion, and that's when it all started. The monotheistic religions. About 4,000 years later, somebody came along. His name was a carpenter. His name was Jesus of Nazareth, and he modified it. So we have the book, we have the Old Testament, and then we have the New Testament that was written by the 12 Gospels of Jesus the Christ. And then about 800 years later, another gentleman comes along. He's a messenger. He doesn't claim to be a god. He doesn't claim to be anything other than a prophet, an incredible prophet. And his name was and still is Muhammad. And he formed another modification of the Abrahamic code or religion, and that is called Islam or Muslims. And they're all together. So the Jews, which were originally called the Israelites or the Hebrews, they came to be known now as the Jewish people. Then we have the Christian people, which comprises the Catholics and the Protestants and Lutherans and on and on and on, the Christian people. Christian, which actually, for any of you young folks that don't know, it's Christ, I-A-N. I-A-N is an Armenian attachment to a word. So if you have a friend named Kasabian, okay, Mohabian, Tonanian, all of the Armenians, their last name ends in either Y-A-N, Yan, or I-A-N, Ian. They're all Ian. Okay? One's from one section and one's from another. That's why the Y-A-N versus the I-A-N. And so what it is that actually the church should have been in Armenia because that's where it was all happening. However, we had some guys that had power and money. I think we all know about that. And they said, nope, And 336 CE, it was the Church of Nazarenes. These guys got together and they said, listen, we've got this Christ followers groups that's been going on for about 300 years. We're all a mess. Rome's a mess. You know anybody else that's been in a political mess today? But they had the power, they had the military might, and they said, you know something? Let's have it here in Rome. And that's what they did. So instead of putting the church where it really should have been, which was Armenia, call me a pisher, call me an honest guy, that's what I am. It should have been in Armenia. That's where it belongs. That's where it started. However, the powerful, the powerful, the guys with the money and the guns, they ruled over the Armenians, and we got the Vatican in Rome. That's how that all happened, and that happened as a result of a meeting that some fellows did. They got together in around 336, 300 or so years after the life of Jesus Christ, and it's called the Council of the Nicene. That's what it's called. You can look it up, read about it. It's very interesting. And they came up with an idea. Let's put a church together, and we'll put a group together, and we'll be able to get money from people. And it's called a TIF, T-I-T-H-E, and we'll be kind of powerful. And all these people that are around are kind of illiterate. They don't know their ass from their elbow kind of thing, and we'll be powerful. We'll rule over. So we'll become the most powerful. And as a result, today, Halavai. As a result, today, the church is the most wealthiest institution on the planet Earth. That's hands down. You can look that up from here to Kingdom Come. That's a fact. Wealthiest. So the church really should be, if they're the wealthiest institution, they're wealthier than the U.S. government. They have treasures, they have gold, they have diamonds, they have things that go back 2,000 years. I mean, this stuff was worth a penny back in the year 1 CE when Jesus was around. And can you imagine inflation, what it's worth today? A penny is probably worth like $1 billion today. Inflation, that's another story. So, that's that. Let's get back to it. I think I only have 3 minutes. I want to get through the 10 Commandments in this first section. The 10 Commandments. Do not take the Lord's name in vain. That's what the Christians, the Muslims, and the Jews follow. They follow the 10 Commandments. That's the basis, the fundament for our culture, our civilization, for our government, for our laws. And it says very clearly, do not take the Lord's name in vain. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. So help you God. The 9th commandment, thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Against your neighbor, your friends, your constituents, your country, your world. There are 6 things that the Lord strongly disliked as part of the 10 Commandments handed down to Moses on Mount Sinai. 7 that he says are an abomination. So he disliked 6. He said 7 is an abomination. Are you ready for this? Haughty eyes. Haughty eyes. Get that? Okay. A lying tongue. A lying tongue. In other words, someone who doesn't speak the truth. Heads that shed innocent blood. People in power that shed innocent blood. Unfortunately, yeah. A heart that devises wicked plans. A heart that devises wicked plans. Feet that make haste to run to evil. Feet that make haste to run to evil. A false witness who breathes out lies. A false witness, I only have 30 seconds on this. I have to get this in. A false witness that breathes out lies. And last but not least, one who sows discord amongst their brothers and their sisters. The commandments against false testimony is a natural consequence to love thy neighbor as thyself. That is the most powerful commandment in the 10 Commandments. Love thy neighbor as thyself. It's a fundamental lack of faith in God per the Ten Commandments. It undermines the foundation of the covenant with God. It undermines the faith in the entire Abrahamic